Good afternoon, all. How do you follow May the 4th day? Well, this is the answer, my friends. Yes, that is correct. We follow it with, can you believe it? On May the 5th, Revenge of the 5th day. Obviously, someone in the PR department was on the top of their game that day. So yes, we had a great show yesterday with Ruin Johnson. Please check that stream out. As I must say, it was genuinely funny with some great moments. So here we are. So Revenge of the 5th day, just a quick little, if there is such a thing as a quick stream, quick little nooner. Just thought we'd pop in, celebrate a couple of things, mainly, as I said, Revenge of the 5th day, a little bit of Superman stuff coming up. I hope you are all very well today. So we'll just do the usual thing, just riff it, see what happens. So I'll introduce the guests. You saw him yesterday. He's told me to say this, by the way. The writer, the producer, the director, and more importantly, the non-jerk chicken eater, the great Mega Geek himself. Hello, Ian.
Hello. How you doing? All right?
I'm not bad. Have you recovered from yesterday's stream?
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I've never met Ruin Johnson before, and I thought he was quite funny. And Matt was on. He was on par as well, wasn't he? Matt was quite funny as well. He spoke a lot as well, which I was quite, because he normally just hangs back, doesn't he? And but he was speaking quite a lot. Because he's Johnson. Yeah, his passion, his style, wasn't it? Let's face it. So
it is. He loves comics and Star Trek and films and stuff like that. But yes, you are absolutely correct. I would imagine, hence why he's writing a book, a novel, a story, trying to undo the damage, which coincidentally our guest yesterday did. Ruin Johnson, always great value on any stream. Really, really, really funny guy. So it was. I had a quick listen again, and there's some genuinely good moments. So it's really good. So you're good, yes? All good, yes?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, so we did put a couple of invites out today, but a couple of the guys are busy. So I was getting hassled by this guy who's waiting in the wings. It's literally every morning. Are we streaming today? So you've got to keep the needy children happy. So So shall we bring him in? I've wrote some notes here. The wonder from down under who speaks tons of chunder, the legend in his own lunchtime. It's Matt Potts.
Hello.
All right, Matt. How you doing?
I just wanted to point out, Mr. Brown, do you realise that rebel signal that you've got, that rebel insignia, has an anus on it?
It does look like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks like a bit of a brown starfish down the bottom there.
And what?
He's going what?
No, is there a problem with that?
Well, is it intentional?
I don't think there is. There's nothing wrong with the chocolate starfish.
That's not like saying the bat signal doesn't look like a pair of teeth.
It's a very very functional body part.
Well, without it, we'd be in trouble, wouldn't we? We'd be full of tubes. Yes, this is live.
You talk out of it, but there you go. Real Honest, hello, my friend. You asked for that. We are live, yes.
Yes, we're live. We're all going. Hello, Slavko.
Hello, Sklavko. Hope you're very fine. So today I don't think there's a lot happening really, other than
Well, I just heard a rumor that's coming out about Benedict Cumberbatchy patch.
Oh, what's wrong with him then?
I've met him.
Apparently, right? This is true. Apparently, or maybe
Pinch of
false.
salt, is it?
Who knows by
grain?
YouTube things? But
It's
already made the main news. It's already made
grain or
main
pinch?
news.
Grain
So
or pinch of salt?
Bitch of salt. So anyway,
okay, right.
Have a listen. So anyway, Benedict
Rumor.
did no. Well, I believe it to be true because it was all leading up to it, and then all of a sudden, it didn't happen. He was in WandaVision.
He was,
and he got cut. He got cut.
Where did you read this then? Matt?
Do you know? It was on. I think it was on one of the YouTube channels today. Clownfish TV, I think, or one of the others, and it's just made it into the mainstream media now.
Wow.
Especially here in Australia, he was cut. No, wait for this one, Mega Geek. You know why he was cut? You know why he was cut?
Why?
Too white?
Exactly. He was a white guy.
Do they confirm that though?
Hello, MC.
Well, it's saying Benedict Cumberbatch was originally due to play a huge role in Marvel's WandaVision, but its creators didn't want him to steal the show. Actor Benedict Cumberbatch. Oops.
Hello, Rob.
Hang on.
Easy.
Hello. Actor Benedict Cumberbatch did a disappearing act from the WandaVision finale because Marvel honchos didn't want a white guy stealing the show, a top studio boss said in a new interview.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
And I believe them. Because, look, it was me, our friends Keith. It was pretty sure, we were all pretty sure that he was going to do a show,
Yeah, I was pretty sure as well.
Yeah.
Well, they even had a little insert of his cape in there. He was actually walking away onto some stairs. So I thought, "Oh, this is going to be good." And then, like, all of a sudden, gone. Not even a mention. Yeah, I think he did get mentioned once, but very rarely.
He's obviously disappeared into a different timeline then.
I think I'm very disappointed with both shows, Winter Soldier and WandaVision. WandaVision started off well and it was very intriguing.
It did.
But then then the story just kind of didn't make any sense. As I said, right, I mean, even though Wanda in the comics did do really some evil things in the comics, but I know why they've introduced all this stuff today, because they want it to fit into the politics that they're trying to kick out with our entertainment. So it's no wonder why they happen.
She's an evil white woman, isn't she?
She is. It's puzzling. It's puzzling because in Winter Soldier, as I think Gary said and we said on Keith's stream, Falcon never even hit the girl at the end. This is a girl that
wasn't allowed to.
But this is a woman that killed loads of people, that caused a lot of death around her, and yet she wasn't being called a terrorist, which is interesting, don't you think?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, I was so burnt from WandaVision, I didn't even want to watch Winter Soldier, and I was just like, I was literally like, I'm glad I didn't watch it, but it didn't interest me anyway. To be honest, WandaVision was starting to not really interest me either, and I was like, is it actually going to get to the point soon, and so when I think, to be honest, these are too long. These episodes have been way too long. They need to really truncate it a little bit more.
WandaVision, I was just thinking, if WandaVision stuck to we all thought it was going to be like a weekly format of a sitcom from the past.
I knew it wasn't, but
if they stuck to maybe 2-3 seasons, 10 episodes on that kind of format, but again, back,
it wouldn't have worked.
You don't think so, Matt?
No, well, I mean, you remember how many people were complaining about it the first time for the first couple of episodes, Ian. It was like,
it's good. Well, it's good then at that point.
No, but they were just getting bored because they were just like, it's not entertaining. You know, there was nothing really to it to give it that. I mean, it wasn't until what, the fifth episode that they did that whole thing behind the curtain sort of thing to find out what was going on behind the scenes. You know, that it actually people go, oh, "This is the best episode ever." You know,
ever.
It's like, well, yeah, ever.
Well, you know, it's as strange as I said. It's really strange that I think the mistake that Marvel's making is, I mean, not including the obvious reason, the MCU, is that they're putting out too much. They're putting just too much out, so it's saturating what we think of Marvel. You know, because remember when the movies came out, we had to wait a year to see the next movie, and then another year to see the next movie, and it's anticipation that makes you want to see those things, especially trailers and stuff. But if it's relatively easy to see it, you know, just through streaming, and if it's constant, like you've got a WandaVision, and I think a week later you had Winter Soldier, you're just going to get bored with it, you know.
Yeah, we're kind of overloading. Yeah, we're overloading at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, they should just really think about that. But you know, as I said, right, the idea of actually being successful is not about money. It's never about money. The idea of being successful is to do something that you love, and then the money will follow, if you know what I mean. You make money to do the stuff that you love. It's, you know, if I was in charge of Disney, yes, I'd be thinking about the bottom line, but I'll be also thinking about the creative aspect. And the creative aspect's more important. As long as you make enough money to feed the creative aspect, then you're going in the right direction.
Do you think the mistake they've made with these two series is they've, instead of making them genuine series, as in multiple series, they've just gone for kind of an extended, really, really padding it out filler type long film?
That's what they did, and I think that the Netflix Marvel arm, when they were doing Jessica Jones and Daredevil, they did the same thing, because obviously somebody ordered like 24 episodes or whatever, and they found out that the story couldn't stretch to 24, so they just padded it out with crap. And it's the same thing with this as well. What they should have done is made it into a TV series instead of a 6-hour movie. It doesn't work as a 6-hour movie.
Agreed. Because I just think there's too much nowadays, that there's too much emphasis on, and this is a normie, there's too much emphasis on kind of long extended season story arcs, or just basically one long season which is a long story, instead of, can we just not go back to the good old days where we just have 45 minutes pure no-brainer entertainment where you can just watch it and you don't need to remember what happened 4 weeks ago or previous week? Can we just not go back to that type of TV? Because it's tried and tested, is it not?
Well, that's the thing, you see. Look, they don't like fans telling them that they're going
customers.
Yeah, because they don't like fans.
You got to remember though, they had that whole these are only being made for like places in America, and if you remember, they had the syndication system.
They did,
where really they didn't they tried to avoid having a continuous storyline during the whole series, and it was just a monster of the week sort of thing, and that worked for that because they could put them out of joint, out of continuity, all that sort of thing. But now in the whole streaming, it's binge. It's like we've got to watch everything all at once. We have to, so it's become that sort of society now where that's the reason why they don't do that anymore.
Rob in the chat says Marvel also seems intent on bringing in more modern characters and story arcs that weren't popular with the fans. Yeah,
the thing is,
Nerdrotic's all over that. Yeah,
I think Marvel's I don't think they've realized it, but they will realize it. Is that the next Captain Marvel film's coming out? It's called Marvels, and it's going to include that girl that can stretch her hand or whatever. You know, the costumes.
Miss Marvel, yeah,
and she's overweight. She's overweight and she's wearing this stupid costume. And you know, I don't understand how they could think that people would be attracted to that kind of. You know, look.
It's the minority identifies.
But it doesn't look. It's not going to make. But the thing is, though. What we have to understand is comic books, right, and comic book characters are the things we aspire to be. You know, it's no accident that Superman's got muscles. It's no accident that Peter Parker's a relatable character. Yeah. It's no accident that Ben Grimm is funny. Do you know what I mean? Even though he's an ugly rock creature.
Well,
do you know what
I mean, you can call me racist all you want, but the only ever Spider-Man that I'll ever see is Peter Parker. And I don't care. I mean, I don't care if there's a black Spider-Man. I mean, just call him something else. Stan Lee said the same thing, and he nearly got cancelled for it.
Yeah.
Real Honis in the chat. Disney by make things and turn them into... male things... Yeah, Disney buy male things and turn them into female versions.
Yeah.
And then he goes, He-Man. I think He-Man was called She-Ra. She-Ra, wasn't she? Yeah.
The thing is that we should, you know, we should never be ashamed to say that we are manly. We are men. We should never be ashamed to say that because this is what we are. And it doesn't matter what people say. They can make up these things and have different box ticking things and saying that we're this and we're that, whatever. But the fact remains, and this is a fact. Right, doesn't matter what you think. You can create your own reality, but this is a fact, a reality that you can ignore. Men are men and women are women. You know, there's only male and there's only female, right? There's you know, they can pretend there's an in-between.
Somebody said,
yeah, motherfucker.
I saw something on Twitter the other day, and I actually think Demon Side actually may have posted it, where it was there are two genders. And there are 31
fluid
other types of gay. No, other types of gay.
All right.
But the thing is, though, as I said, you know, what's interesting about our end, and I do say our end, is that we really don't care if people want to call themselves whatever names they want to call and identify themselves as different things. That's fine, but don't push that stuff on us if we don't agree.
I blame
we have to agree to disagree here.
I'm not going to call... If someone says call me a penguin, I'm not going to call them a penguin.
Exactly.
You know.
If you're forcing us to actually adopt what you believe, your reality, then that's wrong. Yeah. That's like Germany trying to take over the world, if you know what I mean.
Have you ever seen have you ever seen a documentary called Trekkies?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
And there was a guy, girl, whatever it was. And anyway, she'd always dress in a Starfleet uniform, and she wanted people to call her captain. And she ended up having to go. She ended up having to go to court as a juror, and they were saying that, you know, she wasn't right to be a juror, you know, in her right mind to be a juror. And so no, she actually ended up being on the jury. And they had to go by that and start calling her captain. And so, yeah, it's weird. And that was like about 20 odd years ago, you know. And to see how it's all gone now, where, you know, you have to call people man, you have to call a guy a ma'am, you know. It's crazy. It's crazy. I can't do that. I'm sorry.
MC in the chat says, don't blame the parents, blame the system it's being taught. Yeah, it's probably a lot to do with the education system.
They're doing it in, you know, they're doing it in schools here now where you can't say boys and girls. The teachers can't say boys and girls anymore. Hey, boys and girls, this is what. No, you can't say that anymore because it's.
But you can.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. But I'm just saying they'll get into trouble if they do.
Well, let them get into trouble. But look, if you believe that this world should go down that route, then by all means, you know, do what you think is best. But I'm just going to call it out.
I mean, I don't know what your thoughts are on BLM, Black Lives Matter, but there's a recent. Oh well, you'd know what that means.
Don't get me started.
Don't. No, but like there's two beautiful police officers, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
Who have been, you know, being police officers for the last 20 years. This is how ridiculous it's gotten. This lady put something on Facebook and she said, "Look, I don't care. Just don't tag me in your posts and say BLM." She said, "Just don't." And then she said, to me, they are terrorists. My kids are getting scared of going and seeing that, you know, and don't want me to go out there because they know how dangerous it is. And she literally just lost her job for doing that. Yeah. And then there was another police officer. She lost her job because she liked the post. How insane is that?
Do you know what?
That's just...
Do you know what, right? Seriously, this is a truth. This has actually happened, right? A couple of years ago, I think it was before all this thing started, I was walking down the road and there was this big black guy and he's got dreads all over. You know, he just looked like a typical black guy, dreads and, you know, walking down the road. I think he must have been in his 40s.
Yeah.
And then this white guy with, he was huge, bald head, looked like he could, you know, stamp on you. He went to the black guy, "Oi!" And everybody turned around and he turned around and this big white guy walked towards him in a threatening manner, looked at him, and then they both laughed and they hugged each other because they were friends. Right. Within that moment, everyone around thought that something was going to kicking off. And that's how we see the world, aren't we? Through black and white. And I think that I actually think that's quite horrible. But also, right, I think I shouldn't even be talking about it because the more you talk about racism, the more it exists. And I think that was a prime example of no barrier between those two because it's obvious that they were friends, been friends for years, those two. So I'm trying to. I made the point really badly, but you know.
No, I think we get the gist. Yeah. Best way to deal with racism is not to talk about it. According to
that's the best way, and also to deal with, you know, your sexuality. Morgan
Freeman.
I mean, it's up to you guys, isn't it? It's up to you whatever sexuality you want to be. But...
I mean, I don't care about people's sexual orientation, and I definitely don't care about it when I'm watching a fucking film. You know, I don't. You know, look, as soon as someone starts, you know, I don't want to see two men going at it either. I mean, that's the sort of thing. I'm like, no, I'm like turning off. You know,
I'm asexual, and it's not by choice either.
I mean,
if you're asexual, you know,
nothing against people that are into that. I mean, good luck to them, as you know. But I'm not into that. But you know, just like you know, straight men are not into women. You know, I don't rail on them for that. Do you know what I mean? And they shouldn't rail on me for it either. You know, we should understand that there are things that people like, and there are things that I like, and there are things that other people like. So that's what we do understand that. But there's this group of people that's trying to create a divide with everything between pop culture, men and women, politics, everything.
Cats and dogs, everything.
I don't know why. I don't know why this is happening. I really
Ford and Vauxhall owners, they're getting subjugated as well. So it's everybody. Yeah, black, white, cats, dogs, Ford, Vauxhall, etc.
Used to be Nintendo, Sega. It used to be here in Australia. It used to be Ford, Holden. Holden was the Australian car. You know, that's all gone now. Anyway, Holden went bust. Sega went bust. You know, and yet you've got all these people that still trying to resurrect it. You know, but it's never going to happen.
It's all crazy. It's all crazy, isn't it, when you think about it?
Quickly going back to Blundervision. I saw today. This is common knowledge, but I just kind of saw it on the Twattersphere again today. Monica Rambeau will be replacing the White. I think White has got something to do with it. Captain Marvel.
What, in the next film?
Yeah, I think this next film is going to be the kind of a crossover. Something will happen to Marvel.
the problem with that is that the actual people that like Marvel are old school people, and there was some new fans growing because of the films, but I don't think these new fans are going to warm too much to Monica Rambeau or the other girl with the who could stretch and in that crappy costume. They're not going to warm to it because it's not traditionally superheroes, because they don't look like superheroes. Do you understand what I'm saying? They just don't look like superheroes we're used to.
Because they look like us, we can relate to them.
I couldn't care less about that Jessica Jones and that either. I was just like, actually show me Nightcat. That'd be fantastic.
But, I did like Jessica Jones though.
The weird thing is, like, I prefer like her in a suit when she was dressed up in a superhero suit,
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't really want to care. I don't care about superheroes that don't wear
costumes.
uniforms.
Yeah. I think, have superheroes had their day? We believe you. Do you think they've had their day? Do you think the fatigue, the rot has set in now?
I don't think so. I think if they choose their heroes well and make a really good film out of it and leave politics out of it, I think it will keep going. But there's evidence that they're not doing that now. So
get Superman. We need to get Superman his underpants back.
Yeah.
Yahtzee Istaphobe says Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel. She has a mini series coming up on Dismal Plus.
Yeah, but that's the thing. See, I know she's not well known, so people are probably, a lot of people are not going to watch that.
It's not even the original Miss Marvel.
It's not
even the original Miss Marvel. The original Miss Marvel, she was like
hot.
Yeah, she was. She was a blonde chick. Yeah.
Sorry for the toxic chat there, peeps.
She was blonde. No, but this is not toxic talk. This is a fact, right? We're not making this up. She was gorgeous. She had a great bod. She had blonde hair. She had a tight-fitting suit. She looked sexy.
Yeah,
just look it up.
And goes like a steam train.
Just look it up. We're not lying here. That was the original Miss Marvel.
It was created by Roy Thomas and Gene Colan. She was, and of course, I think Roy Thomas. He made
Genu.
Who was it? Who? Genu.
Who did you say? It was created by?
Oh, he co-created Wolverine.
You said a second name. I didn't quite catch it.
Gene Colan.
Colon.
Yeah, Colan.
Oh, right.
Gene. He was the artist.
I thought you was talking out your ass then. Sorry, bad joke.
No, that is a bad joke because he's passed away now. That's not funny.
But yeah, I mean, you know,
I told you it was a bad joke.
I hope he goes into your nightmares tonight.
Well, Matt, listen, I'm going to burn in hell anyway. So whatever you say, it's not going to make a jot of difference to my destiny, mate. Carry on.
The thing is, though, as I said, right, you know, it's when those people created those characters, what they were doing is they were doing equality in comics. They were looking at Superman, Superman's got muscles, he's handsome, he's powerful, he can fly, he can do all these things. We want to do the same with a woman. What, you know, and they were right on. This is equality here in its purest sense. So they created Miss Marvel, who was gorgeous, great bod, blonde hair, tight fitting suit, could kick ass,
goes like a steam train.
And now this kind of people are saying that's wrong. It's not wrong because they were trying to be equal to what was happening then, and even now. So
yeah, but see,
I
mean, to a degree, when they've gone into comic books, into the comic book field, sort of thing, they've decided to go, okay, we need to have women write women. And we need the men to luckily go to the side because the women can also write about the men as well. And then all of a sudden you've got these men who are very feministic.
Yeah.
And you got these women who are manly.
or hate men.
Yeah, well, that too, you know. And then you're just going, fucking hell, you know, what the hell were they thinking? And then you have something.
But what I'm saying is, today is not. They're saying they're fighting for equality, but they're not fighting for equality. They're actually creating racism.
They've already got it.
They're fighting
for
yeah, they're trying to impose their way on us, and that's the biggest double standard, or that's the biggest double standard about it all. Is that is they're trying to fight against something, but by trying to fight against it, they're making themselves no better than the thing they're fighting against. So it's a vicious circle, really.
You can't create a female superheroine that is not very good looking, overweight, and just doesn't look good. You can't, because that's going against the whole ethos of a superheroine or hero. They're meant to be someone that you look up to physically and mentally. That's the definition of a hero, and brave as well.
Indeed.
To me, Wonder Woman was a woman.
Of course she is. Of course she is. She can take on Superman.
When
powerful.
When Darwin Cook started to write Wonder Woman, he wrote her like she was a tough woman, like she was an Amazonian, she wasn't a little girl, she was muscly, but she was good muscly, she was still attractive. She still had a skirt,
Yeah. It's all gone to shit.
Well, anyway, it doesn't matter what we think. I mean, the mad people are running the asylum now, so
they are.
Just let them peek out, because the only thing that's going to stop them is us not watching their trash, and it is going to happen. The next thing they're going to do is try and take over YouTube. That's the next thing they're going to do, and try and shut us down. I think us, but I say people,
a rival channel we know is trying to take YouTube over. Shall we move on from all this madness to, as you a nice little segue a moment ago, you said we need superheroes that we need to look up to, and in my opinion, I think this next one, there's no better one in the business than this fella.
Superman. That cape is too long for him. He'll trip over that thing.
It, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Trip over
like
that thing.
I'm going to walk the red carpet. And it's like, oh, no, hang on, Superman's at the end.
It looks like a pair of curtains. That's what it looks like.
That's
nice
not
curtains.
Real anyway, isn't it? That's the thing. Half the time, it's not even real.
No, it's not. Yeah,
it does look it does look a trifle long. Yes.
I've never. I mean, I do like Henry. I think Henry's a good actor, and he's very, very good looking and stuff. But I've never liked the way he's been portrayed as the Superman. This Superman, I never liked the costume.
Superman.
I don't like the costume. It just looks like a disco costume. I just
point blank don't like his Superman. I just don't.
Yeah, don't you?
No. I think he's too. I don't know. It just
too dark.
Got the Well, didn't get the character right. I just felt he didn't get the character right. It's probably the Clark Kent character more than Superman. Because I mean, to me, he's just like he can probably play Superman, but he can't play dual roles. He just can't.
The thing is, though, they should think like if I was making a Superman movie, the big problem is not making him fly or making him do amazing things. The big problem is him and Clark Kent. How can I make Clark Kent very different to Superman so nobody can suspect that he's Superman? Because if he just puts the glass on, that's what I'm saying. But that's the main problem with Superman. If you solve that, then I reckon you're on your way to making a good Superman movie. That's one of the main problems for me. Anyway.
But they don't want to make Superman movies by the sound of it,
Yeah, Rael Holness with his mic drop moment. Best Superman is
Chris Reeves, of course.
That's a mic drop, folks.
God, yes.
But that's the thing. I mean, they could create something so that he looks like, for instance, they could do a Captain America on Superman. They could make him look really skinny. He has some kind of power to look that way, so nobody can suspect that he's Superman. But just put in Henry Cavill in glasses and just not believing that all those people around him couldn't tell that he's Superman. It's just stupid. And plus making his character dark and
that's my point.
It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
The reason why I bring Cavill up today, it's because it's his birthday, 38.
Happy birthday, Cavill.
Not
that he cares whether I wish him a birthday, not that he'll be watching this. So happy birthday, mate. That's all I can say.
I was going to say the tweet was put out, but he's not on Twitter.
No, he's not. Of course, he's not. But I mean, he's as far as I can tell, what the stuff that I've seen him in, he's okay. He seems like a nice chap. You know what I mean? So,
I personally I rate him. I think he's a good actor. I liked him in The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Do you remember that?
Hated that film.
Hated
it.
Okay, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown has stepped up to
I
the
never
plate.
watched it. Hasn't it got Army Hammer in it? Doesn't he like playing with dolls or something?
It's cancelled, mate. It's cancelled, much like this stream. I've killed it.
But I can tell you the reason why I didn't like it. Because one, I'm a huge fan of the Men from U.N.C.L.E. films, the Man from U.N.C.L.E. film, TV show.
Yes,
and I know that, and I know it like the back of my hand. And for them not to have the Jerry Goldsmith theme in the whole of the movie, it's like not having. Do you know what I mean? And that didn't make it sense. Plus the fact that Henry Cavill should have played. He shouldn't have played the American. He maybe should have played the Russian or something like that.
Ilya Kuryakin,
and they got an American to play the Russian. Didn't make any sense. Plus, Guy Ritchie directed it like he was directing Lock, Stock, which is not the right way to do it. And the story didn't make any sense either. So those are the reasons why I didn't like it. So there you go.
Real Honis has picked the mic up off the floor and says, Reeve knew how to play Superman. He did, mate. I cannot.
But it wasn't only Reeves, it was Richard Donner is the man to actually take your hat off to, because Richard Donner is the first director to actually make a superhero film that was more or less close to the actual material. Every time, remember, before Superman, every time they made a superhero film, they made it camp, because that's what they thought people would like, but he was the very first to do it serious, kind of serious. So,
Cruel in the chat. Hello, Cruel. Saw the original Man from U.N.C.L.E. series. We all did. Excellent television. It was always something to watch when it was on BBC Two. Cavill was good in Mission Impossible Fallout. Yep, agreed.
George Lazenby was in that,
Yeah, he was. He was a monster in that one, wasn't he?
What?
A Cavill in Mission Impossible.
Oh no, I'm talking about George Lazenby. He was in Man from U.N.C.L.E.
He was, yes. That's when they brought it back in the 80s.
JB.
One film, for one film,
He needed the money.
I was just going to say, going back to the Mission Impossible Fallout, there was ironically fallout from his Tash.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, Fallout was probably one of the best James Bond films ever made. It really was.
Yes.
Yeah, it was really great. It was, I mean, love him or hate Tom Cruise.
Can I just say, Ian, before you even say this, I kind of get the gist of what you're going to say about Tom Cruise, because I was just literally, Tom Cruise learned how to fly a helicopter. The consummate professional.
I mean, Tom Cruise, I don't know him personally, but a lot of people say this and that about him. But one thing you can't fault him, he's very passionate about making films and making good films, and that's the thing. And he realizes that CGI is not everything. That's why he really throws himself into doing stunts in that film.
Yeah.
In the last 3 films, he did some really great stunts, him and not a stunt guy.
If memory serves me correctly, I think he trained for about 10, 11, 12 months just for the Halo scene.
Yeah, he did. He did.
I heard something really horrific about Tom Cruise, so I'm not commenting.
So why mention it then?
Because that'll make you think.
But
I know your secret, Tom Cruise.
But it's Tom Cruise. You know, as I said, no matter what you think of him, you can't fault his professionalism when it comes to movies. And his I mean, the last 3 movies that he made recently, they were quite good. You know, they were very entertaining.
Fallout is a great film.
It is. It's very entertaining, and he's very likable in that film.
I might have that one. I haven't seen any more since number 2.
I will just say, as a normie who's not really up on kind of spotting things, in Fallout, the scene where I think the Hercules is coming, it's kind of coming out the sun, and I just thought the shot, which is it Christopher McQuarrie, the director?
Yeah, he directed it. Yeah.
I just thought that shot was just incredible. I just looked at it. I thought, this is a guy who knows his shit.
Well, it's not him, you see. That's the thing. It's if you know filmmaking, it's not. It's the DOP.
As I said, my friend, as a normie, then I'm going to say, the DOP on that day, it needs a pay rise. Absolutely sublime.
But the thing is, though, I mean, this is just a little bit of history here. Today, when you shoot stuff, especially if you're shooting digitally, you shoot flat. So there's these formats you can put in your camera, and it's flat. So you can actually go to the editing room and grade it so it looks like, you know, something else. So you know, in the old days when they shot things like I don't know, Lawrence of Arabia, they really knew their stuff. They had to wait till the sun was setting, get out their light measure thing, and make sure that shot was what you see on screen was what they got on the day. But you can manipulate stuff now. You know, you can shoot stuff. You know, you can make night day. You can make day for night. It's crazy what you can do now.
I cannot believe they've made 6 bloody movies.
Yeah,
I was just about to say. I think other than the first Mission Impossible, which was 25 years ago now. Can you believe it?
He looks very young in that film.
I remember that film because I just split up from my girlfriend. So
that annoyed me. That film.
Well, it annoyed me getting split up from my girlfriend at the time, but
you deserved it, though.
Probably. Other than the first Mission Impossible film, I don't think I've been disappointed with any of the films.
No, I didn't like the second one.
No, I didn't like the second one either.
Yeah.
I'm with Ian on that one. The second one was
John Woo, wasn't it?
That was Tandy Newton, wasn't it?
Yeah, Tandy Newton looked gorgeous.
He had a mullet too.
He did.
He had a mullet in that one. He wanted to have a mullet, so he.
That was the rock climbing one, wasn't it?
Yes, it was in the beginning.
Did all his own.
Yeah, and he threw the glasses away, and they blew up.
Yeah. I mean, it's very stylish, and you know, everything looked fantastic, but it was just the way there was this huge bit in the middle which was boring. It just went on and on and on, and then we had some action at the end and stuff like that. Action was over the top.
Motorcycle action.
Yeah.
What's his name? Lost his job for that. Lost the job for Wolverine.
Yes. Scott.
Gray.
Yeah, he was supposed to be Wolverine, and
he was
because he had to go back to do Mission Impossible 2.
The rest is history.
Yeah, he couldn't do it.
And now he's on Batwoman.
Is he really?
Poor old Dougray.
Yeah.
He was on a really shit movie I saw, Day of the Triffids. Fuck me.
Right.
That's terrible. That was terrible. That had what's his name? Eddie Izzard in it too.
Yeah. It did,
oh my god.
Shall we go back to Cavill?
Yeah.
I think we should. So we liked him in Fallout. Yes, Matt.
He was good.
Has not got an opinion. Yeah, Matt hasn't got an opinion because he hasn't seen it. We liked him in Fallout.
I've got it in my hand. I've got the whole box set in my hand.
Maybe you should watch it sometime.
Do I need to watch any of the others?
You should watch. You need to watch him in sequence.
Well, not really. They're all independent stories, apart from the last two. Because the last two was directed by the same director,
and they are
Rogue
connected.
Nation and then
through.
Fallout.
Yeah.
Rogue Nation and Fallout.
Yes.
They are connected.
Yes.
They are
all right,
connected.
I'll do that then.
Yeah.
I'll do that then.
So you can watch the others in whatever order.
I don't really want to watch that J.J. Abrams shit.
No, do you know what? The J.J.
Abrams
was good, apart from the ending, because J.J. doesn't know how to finish a story. So the majority of that one was, I really did enjoy that one. I got to admit, that one directed by J.J. Because
what gets
was really
me with
exciting.
Him? You know what gets me is the fact that this is what gets me, and I don't know why it wouldn't irritate you too, Mega Geek, the fact that he knows that he can't finish anything. He can't. He said, I am well known for not being able to finish things. So why wouldn't you try to perfect that yourself? Why wouldn't you try to make yourself better? I know, but for your craft, but obviously, his craft to him, he's just trying to make money.
Well, do you know what, right? Sometimes people become famous just because people carry them. And maybe this is the case with JJ. I don't know this for sure, but maybe there are talented people around him that is carrying him. Maybe he's an
I'd say
what I
mean? Yeah, he's a blagger.
So maybe he doesn't know how to get better, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
He certainly doesn't want to make a Cavill Superman film, does he?
I think he's producing. I don't know whether he's directing the Superman movie. I really don't. But thing is, though, it's really bad. The only reason why people like him are being hired is because he's within the fold of the Hollywood system, and people know him, and he's made successful films. And it seems like, in their world, a logical choice to make to get him to direct the Superman movie. But from the outside looking in, we know it's the wrong choice. Do you know what I mean? So, and they will never have that insight of a fan because they're too busy trying to make money and too busy trying to keep their jobs and too busy, thinking that they're changing the world.
So if he said, right, I want to make a Superman movie. I want Cavill to star, and we're going to make it with the essence of 1978. Do you think people would be receptive to that?
No, because what's the point of going backwards? You got to look at a fresh take on Superman now, and plus the fact that Superman's been already tainted by the shit that's gone in the past. So what are you going to do with Henry? You're going to say that everything that was in the past didn't matter? We're going to start from scratch? Would people accept that? That's the question, right?
So, so basically, the kind of fun, optimistic stuff's gone, is what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is that what are you going to do with Henry? He's already established as Superman. The stories have been already established of Superman's history. The dark version of Superman. What are you going to do with him?
I've got an idea. It's called Crisis on Infinite Earths.
I did that already.
Yeah, but that was a TV series. No, this one's Crisis on Infinite Earths, and they're going to have Cavill suddenly come back as Superman, and he's also a better Clark Kent as well. And they're going to have Gina Carano as Lois Lane.
Do you know what? I've honestly got a way out.
She becomes Superwoman.
I've got a way out for DC. I've got a way out for DC, right? DC's already established the multi-universe, right? And so if I was in charge, I would look at which character is a character that you can work with. And my conclusion would be Wonder Woman, right? If we want to wash our mouths out of this crap that we've got from DC so far, this is what I would do. I'd go Wonder Woman. I'd have another film of Wonder Woman, and at the end, something happens, and the whole of the multi-universe
collapses.
Collapses and becomes one. So there's only one reality, and in that reality, we reshape the history of the DC universe. That's the only way out.
That's what killed it for me, because they did to me, like for the Marvel. I'm getting off Cavill, but for the Marvel part of it, the MCU or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
as soon as they started doing the whole time travel shit
Timey-wimey.
during that fucking Endgame, I was like, please don't go down this fucking route. Please don't go down this fucking route, because that's just it was a cheap way of getting out of an issue. Yes, it was a cheap way of getting out of a situation, and also they were like saying, well, this way it'll it was like a little bit of a reboot, and they didn't need to fucking reboot it.
Rayal in the chat says, got to look back to find the humanity, and then he goes, he's always good value, is Rayal. Cavill got to be the new Reeves.
Yeah, but as I said, you've got stuff that's happened in the past, and it's established as canon in the DC universe. So I think, as I said, the only way is to actually, they've established the multi-universe. The only way is to actually, for one of the characters to go into another universe, and then we can reset everything from that point on.
Well, that's what Flash is doing, isn't he? Isn't that what the Flash is going to happen?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If whatever character is going to do that, that's the best way out for the DC people. So do you know what I mean? So if it's Flash, he's going to run and end up in another universe and suddenly realize he can't get out of it. Then you can build the world again from that point and make Superman the way you want to make Superman and all the rest of the characters. Do you know what I mean? And just start that way.
Both of you, which do you prefer? Are you DC or Marvel?
Marvel. I'm Marvel. Marvel.
Matt?
I'm Marvel.
I like Marvel.
I like DC.
DC's always been a little bit too dark for me.
Maybe that's why I like it.
Marvel. No, but Marvel, I had fun. I do. I have fun with the MC. I had. Sorry, in the past tense. Yeah. I had fun with the MCU, but the original comics from the mid 80s to the around the early 90s or whatever, those Marvel comics were gold to me. I just loved them so much.
Australian gold.
The DC ones, yeah, pretty much. The DC black gold. The DC universe started to get really, really fucking grim around the mid 80s. It did.
We're not talking about Ben Grimm either, are we?
No, okay. But it got really, really dark.
It's good to know.
And it got so dark to the point where I just didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy the blood. I didn't enjoy the guts. I didn't enjoy the characterizations of what they were, even after they did the reboot. I mean, I was getting into Superman and that, and, because that was done by John Byrne. They had all these creators come back and try and reboot all the characters. And then about 7 years later, they fucking rebooted them again. And they made them even more dark and gritty, and it was just overkill. So no, Marvel all the way for me. But even now, Marvel, I don't read comics. I just stopped reading them because I wasn't enjoying them, and that was over 20 years ago.
I genuinely think with everything that's going on in the film world, especially with the Marvel stuff, I think this is DC's moment to step in.
It is, yeah.
And
yeah.
They're going about the right way to fuck it up.
But that's what I'm saying. They've already done it.
But that's what I'm saying. You look,
Snyder Cut was a very, very nice token.
It was a nice token, but it's still going in the wrong direction. Superman is not dark. Batman is dark. Superman is meant to be the one that represents America. All that's good for America. That's his character. Do you know what I mean? He is not Batman. And I think
but the thing is, they have something in common though, Ian.
What's that?
You got it, Martha.
Martha.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right.
Martha. I couldn't help that one.
But that's what I'm saying.
We'll give you that one. Well done. We'll give you that one.
I think the people that are in charge,
you're welcome,
are not the right people. Look, if I was Bob Paycheck or the people that are in charge of DC, I would hire someone I would, I'd hire someone that knows DC and just put them in charge and, just let them do their thing.
Okay.
Because
you know what? There used to be Marvel. There used to be a comic book that they had, and they did it back in the 60s, but then they brought it back in the mid 80s, and it was called What the, right?
Oh yeah,
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And yeah, well, pretty much. And they just took a piss take out of all their characters, and also other characters as well from other universes, from other, comic book places like DC and all that. Because they had, Superb Man and all these weird ones. And they literally
what? Superb Man.
Yeah.
It was like a Mad Comics.
Hey, guess what his secret identity was? Park bench. And so, anyway,
it's a little bit more believable than a rock, but there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, that too. But they could take fucking the piss out of themselves, but they can't do that anymore. They just don't want to. They think they're fucking serious. And yet now, to me, all these things like you said tonight, Ian, on Twitter, cornflake and fucking, whatever.
Not happening. Not happening.
Yeah.
Not happening.
It's like, that's now a piss take. That's literally, cornflake. But that's now a piss take. All the piss takes are out in the real fucking world now of the Marvel Universe. And yet, you've got all these fucking fantastic characters that they're just sidelined.
You know what I would do is I think I would do it with Wonder Woman. I go, Wonder Woman, something happens at the end of her movie, a damn good one, if I was in charge, and then she ends up in another universe. And in this universe, Superman is like the Christopher Reeve Superman, and Batman is definitely Batman, and and they obviously they don't know who she is, and maybe have a bit of a bit of a tussle with her, whatever, and just do it that way. Then you can reset the whole DC universe. That's the best way. Forward.
But not without Zack Snyder, because obviously the fans are wanting
Zack Snyder is completely wrong for the DC universe. You've seen what he's done. He's basically destroyed the character of Superman, right? He's basically made Batman a killer. No, it doesn't make any sense. I would never, if I was in charge, I would never hire Zach. I'm sorry, a lot of fans.
It's like I'd never hire Robert Kirkman. I'd never hire him to do anything because I've seen what he's fucking done, and I hate it. Even though he's using his own characters, you can see what he's trying to use it as a rip-off of, and I can't stand Robert Kirkman.
But do you know who I'd hire?
He's better off as a producer.
You know what? I might. I don't know what kind of director, but before all this crap happened, I would have said Kevin Smith. I would have hired Kevin Smith, but now Kevin Smith's gone completely woke, isn't he?
The ultimate shill.
Yeah,
he is. He is. He just got given a $700 Optimus Prime to review.
Ultimate shill.
And he was just absolutely
crying.
It was like he was literally reading a script. No, he was reading a script. You could tell, and you could tell that they were. He had that silent. He's Silent Bob, and the other one. What's the other one? He had that other one with him.
Yeah, right.
And anyway, they were both reading off the fucking same script. You could tell, and it was so obvious. And you're like, why don't you say that this is a fucking paid promotion, you bastards? And that really irritates me.
Yeah, bastards.
Well, that's that's the thing, isn't it? With Kevin Smith, I used to respect Kevin Smith as a filmmaker and as a creative.
He started the Stan Lee cameos.
So he just sold out basically. But I the first person I'd go to though is a couple of YouTubers. If I was in charge of DC Universe and I had a script on Superman, but first person I'd go to is probably Critical Drinker. I'll pay him, read the script and tell me what's wrong with it, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know, I think on one of these Nooners, because I know Critical, he lives in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
It'd be really great to get him on one of these Nooners just for an hour, just to, I know he's a busy boy and all that, but
hard to get hold of him. I was on his show, was talking about Star Trek 3, and I only got on there because Bostrek got me on. So
I know. There's the irony of it all. Can you believe it?
Yeah,
I know. So I can't even invite myself to some. It's terrible. Isn't that right, Mr. Brown?
Make the most of it, mate. Make the most of it. That's all I'll say.
Oh, am I getting the boot? Am I? All right.
Shall we just kind of go back to Cavill and then kind of just finish off, guys? So it was in Mission Impossible Fallout, which we liked with the Tash. The Tash had much fallout, literally. Man from Uncle, I liked it, but obviously Mega Geek didn't. What else has he been? Did you see him in?
Have you ever seen?
Recently,
have you ever seen him in Witcher?
I watched a couple of episodes.
I'm getting to it.
No, I didn't get into that.
Anybody see him in Enola Gay? Enola Holmes, even.
I watched 5 minutes of it, and that was enough for me, and I turned it off.
That was because he was in that It was only because he was in the fucking Witcher that they got him into that Netflix movie, because it was a Netflix movie. That's the only reason why. He's obviously gone. They've gone, well, okay, we'll put you in The Witcher as long as you be in this fucking Enola Holmes and give it some gravitas. Because this Millie Bobby Brown can't fucking act.
Again, that nicely ties in with Critical Drinker. Even Critical Drinker made a video about it, didn't he? Just saying.
Enola?
Yeah. Biggest pile of bollocks.
Yeah, as I don't agree with. He knows his stuff, but some stuff I don't agree with what he says. But it's
it's
horses,
every
right?
critic.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
but he does know his stuff.
I've never found a critic that I it's like, oh, you were reading my mind. Everything.
Other than the Mega Geek. Kral Birab says never saw Witcher. Same here. I just don't think The Witcher would be my bag, but
I played the game, and it's one of the best games I've ever played, ever. But
wow,
I just didn't. No,
what's the game about?
When it's a game, it's about people are born, right, and they're like
people are born.
Sometimes
yes.
they have some of them
Usually.
have special abilities. Some of them have special abilities, and they're sort of cast out. So when they cast out, they go to this school, and they become witches. So to make their money and everything, they go around and try and kill beasts like werewolves and all this sort of thing. And
sounds like Harry Potter to me,
it's like it's sort of set in the Game of Thrones universe, that
God.
sort of thing, way back then. And then so that's what happens. So he plays a witcher because there are a few witches around, and he just goes trying to make money and screwing girls, and that's pretty much the way it goes.
Sounds like he won't be doing it in season 2, will he? Because even he was doing the kind of woke warning, as it were.
Well, that too.
Krual Birab, Witcher 3 is excellent.
It is. I totally agree with Krual. It's like my top number 1 game ever.
Wow. MC,
and that's saying something because I'm not huge into those games, but fuck me. I mean, the first time I played it, I played the first 20 minutes, and I was like, "This is shit. I fucking hate it." And then I'm like, "But I should love this game. I should love it."
Much like
so
these streams.
I started from scratch.
Much like these
and
streams.
Then I enjoyed it so much I couldn't put it down. And literally, I literally stopped. I stopped playing because I didn't want it to end. So
definitely
I left
like these streams.
I left it for a year.
Oh, not like these streams.
And then I went back to it because I didn't want it to end. And also there was all this like special bonuses and stuff, bonus stories and that they came into it. But it's really funny. Like it is a good game, but you have to have the time to put it into it,
MC says Witcher was okay. I haven't played the game or read the books. I didn't think it was as good as forgot, but enjoyed it.
Mm.
Then Real
It was,
Onis says, I own Witch 1 and 2.
yeah, you really need to get number 3.
There you go, Real. You need to buy number 3.
Number 3. I'm amazed he hasn't gotten number
Not very
3.
good with
Number 3
games
is
at
like,
all.
well,
The
no,
only
I mean,
games
I'm
I
not.
played was it Commodore 64 games I played.
Oh,
Oh,
Spectrum.
Ian.
no, they've
Ian.
actually
Jet Set
changed
Willie.
now. You know,
Yeah.
but yeah, but another thing you were saying about what Henry Cavill's done, I remember him in a movie that he did
Yeah, what
called
else has he done? Yeah.
Immortals.
Oh, yeah. That was like an ancient Greek thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was really fucking weird because like he watched his mother get slaughtered by what's the name of that guy, the
That wasn't
actor?
Ava Green, was it?
I think she was in that, yes, but I don't know if she played the mother. I think she played the fuck beast. But
Well, if there's one person you want to play the fuck beast, it'd be her. So yes.
Hey, you need
Sorry.
to watch her in you need to watch her in
God, she was good.
the movie that she did with Tim Burton. Bloody hell. That was a really good one. I really liked that film. It's one of the ones that I really enjoyed, like a Tim Burton that didn't look like a Tim Burton film. Oh, what was it called? Mrs. Peculiar or something like that. It was really weird. Really weird name.
Real Honis, 3's on my stream wish list. Kral says, I saw Immortals. I forgot about that one. I've not seen it. I know of it. That's where he went into mega training for the role, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember the name of the. It had
Miss Peregrine,
Mickey Rourke in it. He played the villain.
Angel Heart, Iron Man 2.
He played the major villain in that, and he was the one that was. It was silly. It was stupid. And I got the 3D version, and it wasn't that great either.
Have you seen it on 3D yet? Then.
Yeah, it's not that great. It's terrible.
Right. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's a shit film, even in 3. But any movie with fucking Stephen Dorff in it is bloody going to be terrible. Sorry. Is
Stephen Dorff? Is he the guy that was in
Blade?
Yeah. Real Honis,
that bubbly mess.
Yeah, says Angel Heart, great film. And then MC goes Sin City.
Well, didn't they try to cancel Henry Cavill last year because they thought he was trying to have a relationship with the girl that was playing the 17-year-old girl that was in The Witcher?
No, well, if
do you remember
they did,
this?
Well, if they did, that's news to me. I thought they was trying to cancel him because he went out with Gina Carano back in the day. 10 years
this is
ago.
a year ago. This is a year ago. A year ago, they tried to say that he was a naughty man, and
watch the language, please.
He was going out with the girl from
Gina Carano.
No, not the other one. The one from what's that show called?
Gina Carano.
The Big Bang Theory, wasn't he at one point?
Oh, was he?
The girl, the blonde girl.
Kuko.
Yeah, he was going out with her at one point, and it was all in the
playing Harley Quinn now.
Is she?
Playing Harley Quinn now. Oh no, well she's in the animated.
Oh right, okay.
Playing the female Harley Quinn, yeah.
That makes sense, yeah.
The cartoon version.
He's been out of a lot of Hollywood girls, though. Yes.
Oh,
he's a good-looking boy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yes. Not as good as me, but still.
Not as good looking as us, mate.
He only wishes. Seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Yeah, I'm just looking at. I'm just looking out the window now. The window now. All the women queuing up to come indoors.
Yeah.
If I could, honestly,
much like yourselves.
If I could just get Gina Carano for a moment, it'd be fantastic. She'd be butter in my arms.
You can't even say it.
She was in that was made by Steven Soderbergh. What was it? High Wire? What was it called? The very first film I saw Gina in. She was quite.
Yeah,
I think she was.
Deadpool.
What was it called? High Wire. Well, I can't remember, but that was quite good. She was playing a spy.
He was voted in 2013 as the world's sexiest man. Sorry, mate. Sean Connery is always going to be the world's sexiest man.
No, Matt Potts is the world's sexiest man, isn't it?
No one ever beat Sean Connery.
It is.
GQ.
Here you go.
Haywire. That was it. That was
MC.
She looked really
always
fit
coming through. Yeah.
In that film. She has put on a lot of weight recently, and I don't mean that.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't mean that in a mean way.
I like curvy women. I like women with
so she was very
meat on them.
Slender in Haywire, and she kicked ass. She was.
Probably because she was doing all the MMA stuff. As I said before, it's all high intensity fat burning stuff, so that's why she was so ripped. And she probably was on the diet as well.
That's right. I just noticed it had Ewan McGregor in it. And
yes, Ewan McGregor. I know you don't like him. Yeah.
Well, no, I don't. It's trying to separate the artist from the actor, sort of.
Yeah.
MC, the fight in the diner was great.
It was a really good fight, and you can tell that if it was a real life fight and she was up against that actor, she would have kicked that crap out of him.
Did she kill Bill Paxton in that movie?
No, Bill Paxton played her father.
Oh, okay. Movie. So he's
okay.
So,
yeah, but she killed everybody else though. So she killed.
It's got some big names. It's got Channing Tatum in it.
Yeah. She beat the crap out of Channing Tatum in the. I
don't know why people all like that. I don't find him attractive at all, Channing Tatum at all.
He's just average.
A lot of girls fancy him though.
I don't. Yeah, I know. A lot of Tasmanian women like him.
Didn't he? He get his kit off? He got his kit off, didn't he? On whatever film it was.
That one where he was playing a stripper.
Magic Mike.
Yeah. Magic Mike. Yeah.
And then the bottom, the second one flopped.
Yeah, we
badly.
could have Magic Matt.
It might have been like the full Monty, mate.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, as I said, Henry Cavill, he makes a good Superman.
He does. Just
but, he's getting on now. You can tell he's losing his head a bit.
Yeah, he's getting on at 38.
Of course he is. 38. You know how long it takes to make a Superman movie? Almost 2 years. So if they start now, he'll be in his 40s.
Listen,
you know what I mean?
The guy's looked after himself. Yeah. I went through a stage in my late 30s, early 40s where I looked after myself, did plenty of proper gym stuff, and I would consider when I was 42, I was in the best shape of my life. So I think he's probably got at least maybe another 4, 5, maybe 6 years of being in the best shape, so he really does need to get a move on if he's going to do something.
The problem is that it takes about 2 to 3 years to make a Superman movie. You can't invest in Henry to play Superman now because he's too old. That's what I mean.
They need to make them back to back then.
Well, the thing is, because he's not exclusively under contract for Disney or wherever owns the DC universe. Basically, there are other films that his agent wants him to do. So that's what I'm saying. So it's pointless hiring Henry again to play Superman. He'll probably only do 1 or 2 even, and that's that. And he's gone. So you might as well just get someone new in, to play Superman.
Well, they had Downey do 10 years, didn't they? Over 10 years. How long was it?
A minute left.
It was like 13, 14 years.
I don't know.
Beg your pardon?
We've got a minute left.
Why are you cutting it?
Yeah, because I've got stuff to do.
You're cutting us off. Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
But, as YouTube really gets on my tits, right? When I think soon as you say we are leaving, the numbers just go up.
We are leaving, Hudson. We are leaving.
Listen, we'll go to 90, then we'll go. Yeah, because I've got stuff to do. So yeah.
Life is Terrorhawks.
Terrorhawks. What about it?
Yeah. Because you
What
said
about Terrell?
we are leaving Hudson.
That's from Aliens.
Oh right. Oh okay. Yeah.
We are leaving.
Hawks.
We are leaving.
You loony.
Yeah, that's all right. I thought you were taking off Terrorhawks. Hudson the car.
Real Honis comes in with another. This is 3 mic drops tonight, mate. You're on fire. Can you read that? I love women.
Yeah,
I love woman. Hear me roar. Oh no, I like the one before that. I love tits.
that
I'm streaming with a couple of tits, to be fair, but there you go.
I'd love to make a Wonder Woman film. Really would.
Oh yeah, I'd have it coming out of him every 2 seconds.
This
that costume.
is
Oh,
Sparta.
Well, when she's running, how does it stay on?
How does it stay on? I think that's the best thing DC has done so far, is cast Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. She does really look like Wonder Woman. Yeah.
She needs to have more.
First film was fantastic.
Yeah, it was.
Listen, Matt.
What?
It's what God dealt her. So
Yeah, I know, but
stop being so superficial.
They need to have Gina Carano or someone.
No, Gina Carano's not like the Wonder Woman.
No.
So Wonder Woman's pretty. She's an Amazon. She's tall and she looks sexy. So that's Wonder Woman. Just like Superman, a lot of women fans think Superman is sexy. So
Yeah, Star Wars girl just gets very gushy at Cavill.
Yeah. I really would want, if somebody hired me to make a Wonder Woman film, I would really go to town with that. Really, really go to town with it, and forget about the Wonder Woman 1984, because that was absolutely awful.
Yeah, I was going to say MC says first Wonder Woman was good. In fact, to be fair, I think it was better than good.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
I got quite as a bloke, I got quite emotional at the end. It was a great film. Its heart was in the right place, and I thought it was kind of a Wonder Woman film, or if anything, a superhero film.
It was
that I wanted to see, and probably it was at the right time. I was in the right mood for it, and that's why it was such a hit, because I think it was just done well, and it had heart, and it was good.
It did, and it took a lot of stuff from Superman the movie. I mean, you remember that scene where Superman and Lois Lane was confronted by the mugger, and they had the same scene in Wonder Woman where they were attacked by 2 of the spies, and it was the same thing about the bullet, because Superman catches the bullet, and in Wonder Woman she bounces it off her bracelet, doesn't she, when Steve was going to get shot? So it took a lot of stuff from Superman with the glasses and the stuff and everything, but it still stands up as its own thing.
If that happened if that happened in Invincible, it'd ricochet off her bracelet and kill him. So
Invincible. I've
not seen it yet.
And they're the sort of ones I don't like. It's like no.
Going back.
She's a real superhero. I always have room for Wonder Woman, even the bad movies.
Going back to WW.
Not that I'm watching it.
Going back to WW84.
No, it's terrible.
Everybody was rampant for it.
Rampant.
Well, it didn't make any sense.
Yeah,
I haven't. Full disclosure, I haven't seen it. I don't want to see it after all the bad reviews.
As a viewer, as a normie, and I think all the guys in the chat will probably agree with me. After Wonder Woman, the original, we were rampant for it, and I think because with everything that was going on as well in the world, if there was a time where you needed a sublime superhero stroke Wonder Woman film to drop, it was last year. And
But they just kept delaying it, and that was the thing. It was another. It's like the Bond film.
Whoa!
What? They did. They kept delaying it. They did.
Yeah.
And I mean, they ended up because they were hoping
Because
that
they
all
knew
the
it was
cinemas
shit.
and everything.
They knew it was shit.
No.
Yes.
They've released plenty of other bullshit during the whole fucking bloody, during no COVID times. I mean, look at fucking Rise of Skywalker. That should have been direct to fucking rubbish bin.
That should just be audio, mate. Available in audio. That's what it should be.
A bad audio book.
Yeah, that's what it should be. It's so awful.
Yeah, I will just say to everybody in the chat, especially Cruel, because it says he hasn't seen Wonder Woman 84.
I haven't, so don't worry. I haven't. I'm not going to.
I said this previously on a previous stream. The only thing that saved it for me was the chemistry between Gal Gadot, and Chris Pine.
Nah.
I think no, Ian, you're wrong.
No,
your opinion. You're entitled to it.
No,
Matt, you've not seen it.
I'm talking about the first one. He didn't really have any. He didn't really have any. It should have just been a fucking Wonder Woman movie. No,
watching the film, I could have quite easily have bought into a Wonder Woman TV series in the style of the classic 70s. Weekly format, weekly episodes, weekly missions. I could have bought into that with them too, but they just gave us the biggest. It sucked, but there you go.
Of course it did, and the whole film didn't make any sense because basically, in Justice League, they were saying she was in hiding and she never became Wonder Woman until the whole Justice League thing happened. Yeah. And now, so how comes Wonder Woman 84 exists?
More holes.
She wasn't in hiding there, was she?
More holes than a sieve.
Yeah. Just rubbish.
Can I ask you a question?
Well, you're going to do it anyway, so go on.
Since I haven't seen it, is Linda Carter in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
At the ending.
Cool.
And she's talking to my friend Victoria at the ending. Victoria Broom.
What does she play? Who does she play? What character does she play?
Basically,
like a Wonder Woman type?
A goddess.
She's a mythical
goddess.
And they mention her, and at the ending. Halfway through the credits, we see her.
It's a nice cameo.
Yeah, it's a cameo.
Yeah, it's
they shot that in England.
So she doesn't actually get to meet Wonder Woman.
No, she doesn't.
Oh, okay. So
either. She's in I think she's in a
69.
60s. Yeah, and she didn't look too bad.
Which is what you'd love to do.
You know what? I saw her in a video clip, like from the 70s with Dick Emery. And Dick Emery, yeah, and I thought, well, that wouldn't happen today. And Dick Emery does this twirl, and he ends up.
Oh, you are awful, but I like you.
I like Dick Emery, although he's a bit of a tosser.
But that's, I mean, Henry and Gal Gadot, they're the perfect casting for those characters, both of them. They're very well cast. I'm not sure about Ben Affleck as Batman, but I think no, casting wise, because they could have got anyone to play Batman, but they chose Ben Affleck. I've got no problem with Ben Affleck, but
I didn't like the suit.
I didn't like the suit either. I mean, I know Gary was right.
You know what his suit reminded me of? Yeah, you know what his suit reminded me of? A onesie.
I didn't like his suit because
pajamas.
It's unpractical, isn't it? I think Chris Nolan's idea of Batman suit's much better.
A really flash compression top. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
I like the armor.
Yeah.
Much like Superman's suit on screen. It looks like a very
Superman doesn't need to wear freaking armor. Yeah,
it just looks like a very flash, Helly Hansen, other brands are available compression top.
I don't like the Superman, the Cavill Superman costume. What's with the shine?
No.
It's like they buffed him up. Buffed up his costume. Why is it shiny? Why does it look like something that ends up in a horrible dance 80s movie? Do you know what I mean? It's just awful.
Rayal Honis in the chat says Henry is sexy. I think that That Star Wars girl would agree with you there, mate.
I really missed. Yeah, sorry.
You will be.
I really missed the Captain
There's no
America.
Stopping you, is there?
I really missed the Captain America chainmail. What? All right, I'll shut up.
What? Yes, please break the habit of a lifetime. Cruel Birab says, and I'll agree with this, mate, because remember, all the fans were up in arms about this when he first got cast.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck, Batfleck, was better than I imagined. He was
good, but the material they gave him was just crap, wasn't it?
Yeah. And just quickly going back with Real, agreed, mate. Reeves is the man. You can put the mic down now, my friend. Well done.
Yeah, Chris Reeves was embodied the whole Superman thing. He even flew the way they Superman was drawn in the comics. So
see, going back to the suit, the Captain America suit as well. That really annoyed me because it didn't have the chainmail.
Yeah.
But even Superman's suit has fucking chainmail in it. That's what I can't work out. I'm like, well, he doesn't fucking need it,
He doesn't.
But
they
tried to make him less powerful, and even in this one, he's less powerful. I don't get the sense that he's very powerful at all. And all people are all scared of him, and I'm like, well, he's not actually that. I'm sure there are more powerful characters than him now. But before, that's just me, though.
The thing is, though, Superman, the same thing with Age of Ultron. Do you remember Age of Ultron? Do you ever watch that one? The Avengers movie?
Yes.
Yeah. The whole thing the whole thing didn't make any sense because what they were saying was the world was annoyed with the Avengers because a lot of people died in the was it Age of Ultron? I can't remember. Or was it the one where Iron Man fights Captain America? No, it was that one. Which one was that one?
Civil War.
Civil War. So in Civil War, everybody was saying, "Oh, the Avengers screwed up. Look how many people died. Blah blah blah," and no one mentioned how many people they saved. That didn't make any sense when I was watching it. I was like, nobody mentioned that Captain America saved loads of people in World War II. Nobody mentioned that Superman. Iron Man saved a lot of people in his last few adventures. No, all they did is focus on how many people died. Do you know what I mean? It made no sense. It made no sense.
I was just thinking, guys. I'll tell you what I think we should do because I think as mentioned yesterday on Gary's channel that he watched all the Iron Man films recently.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he just said they were all like masterpieces compared to the shit that's out now. He said it was just effectively just cleansing the soul. So I think maybe we should come back one time and just go through the Iron Man films. Because I must admit the first Iron Man film, God, I do like it.
I was in two minds with the first Iron Man film. It was enjoyable, but it felt like a mess to me. But I really got upset because, as Matt said in the past, why did I have to keep on? The secret identity thing was so important in the comics, and then in the first Iron Man, he's like, "I am Iron Man" at the ending, and you're like, "Well, what's the point in having a suit now? Do you know what I mean? What's the point of trying to protect your family if everybody knows you're Iron Man? Do you know what I mean?" So,
Rayal Honis says 80s cartoons. I haven't forgotten, my friend. We will do
that actual scene of him saying "I am Iron Man." That was all off the fly, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'll do one.
No, I said no. Stop being a twat.
I know what that English means.
Stop.
But yeah,
being
I mean,
a twat.
Iron Man 2 was terrible, and so was Iron Man 3, in my opinion. That's some nice bits in it, but it was like they were making up as they went along.
Yeah,
I'll
agree with that.
I didn't believe in the Gwyneth Paltrow relationship.
When it started off, she was so sexy in the first one. Oh my god!
She started on the vagina juice. That's where it all went wrong.
The candles.
Yeah, the vagina candles.
And in the second one,
guys. Yeah, we're going to finish off in a few seconds.
Gorgeous, but yeah. So
do you want to do that? Maybe come back at some point. We're going to do 80s cartoons for Real. I'm sure Matt will be on that one, and Swap Shop. Do you fancy doing? I think what we should do. Maybe we should do the Iron Man trilogy, and then maybe do the original Superman films. What do you reckon? And go through them. That might be quite interesting. So
yeah,
maybe do them in future. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm up for anything really.
Yeah, because we know we all love Superman, the original. So I think maybe we should, if anything, it's just a love letter to Christopher Reeve, if anything. So I will just thank the usual crowd in the chat. Top form today, guys.
It's gone up. So. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, I know. YouTube's fucking with us. It always does. I'll just thank the guys in the chat. Always good value, as per usual. As I always say, this channel is nothing without you guys partaking. So again, we thank you for. It's like the viewers are just going up. Fucking YouTube. I'll just say thanks, guys. I think we'll probably be around Friday noon again. I think the kind of Wednesday, Friday nooner works. We will be back on Saturday night, 11 p.m. BST, doing the kind of virtual pub chewing the fat stuff. So we'll be back for that. I will just say thank you to the guests. The Chundra from Down Under. Cheers, Matt.
Thank you.
Are you happy
I'm not
now?
saying anything now. I'm getting into trouble. No, I'm fine. I'm shutting up.
Fucking up. Just as we're saying goodbye, the viewing figures just goes up. Fuck knows.
Yeah,
anyway.
because I just found out I was on here. Honestly.
Thank you for coming, my friend. And I'll just say big thank you, Ian David Diaz, the one and only Mega Geek. Cheers, my friend. Hope you had a good time.
Yep.
You get on with the editing now, yes?
I will.
Everybody in the chat, thanks once again. We'll probably see you Friday, boys and girls. So look after yourselves. Have a great remainder of your days. If you're watching this on catch up, please like, share, subscribe, press the buttons. You know what to do. So cheers, everybody. Take care. See you soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Ta-da. Bye-bye.
Bye.